Welcome back to another episode of Big Sticks, guys. Today, I'm going to be making some breakfast sausage links, and I figured, hey, why not make a video and show you guys just how easy it can be to make your own breakfast sausage links at home. All right, jumping right on into this, what I have here is 5 pounds of country-style pork rib. The reason why I chose this is because it was the freshest pork available, but also because of its high fat content. When you're making sausage, it has to have fat or you're gonna have a dry, grainy sausage. So what's taking place here is that I'm cutting this meat up into smaller chunks to make it easier to pass through the die of my grinder. So now I'm just gonna wrap this up. We'll put it in the freezer for about 45 minutes to put a partial freeze on it. As you can see, this meat has a frost. That is a good thing when you're working with a grinder. The reason being is that friction creates heat, and the last thing you want to do is cook this meat in the process of making sausage. Okay, now that we've ran that 5 pounds of the country style rib through the medium die, we're gonna take our seasonings here, and that is quite simply, it's 2 tablespoons of kosher salt, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, you can always add more, 2 teaspoons of sage, and 1.5 teaspoons of white pepper. You can use fresh ground black pepper, but you want the mesh to be fine. You don't want it to be a very coarse pepper. If you don't have a stuffer, you can simply mix this by hand, and this is the perfect consistency and texture for making pattied sausage. We're gonna mix this for a little while at least, until you feel like it's well combined and that you could see that the seasonings have made their way all the way through the sausage. Oh, frozen fingers. Okay, now once you feel that you've mixed it well by hand, it's gonna look something like this. You can simply flatten this out. You can put it in the refrigerator and let the flavors meld overnight, and then it'll be ready for you to cook the next day. Now, feel free to add any and all other seasonings that you choose. I mean, you can make fantastic sausages by simply, adding granulated garlic or onion, marjoram, nutmeg, clove. All of those things make for a fantastic sausage. I like to keep it simple here because the kids like simple sausages. They like them sweet. They don't like them too spicy. Let's give these patties a taste. Okay. Cook through. Only takes a couple minutes. No need to overcook your sausage. This is just a taste test to make sure that the seasoning blend is right. That way, before we link it, we could season it some more. Because once you put it in the casing, that's it. All right, tell me if it's what you like. That's some really good sausage. Once you let the seasoning sit a little bit more in the meat or in the sausage, once you link it, it all sort of comes together.
Give me that.
Like hints of the sage, the salt, pepper. And the white pepper is key, at least for me. I don't think a lot of people know that, you know, when you buy sausage at the store, that's the pepper that they use. And I think when they make sausage at home and it doesn't taste the same, it's the pepper. That's so good. Let's turn them into links now. All right, now that we've got all that grinding and mixing over with, we're gonna get the sausage stuffer full. I'm gonna try pushing this down to get out all it, or most if not some of the air pockets, so that you don't have a buildup when you're pumping it through out to the casings. Okay, 5 pounds of sausage meat in the stuffer. So this here is, I want to say it's a 19 or a 21 millimeter sausage stuffing tube. All right, let's get to the sausage stuffing. So today I'll be using high country collagen casings to make our breakfast sausages. Okay, huge disclaimer here. I am by no means a sausage stuffing professional and or expert. In fact, I am quite the novice at it. But one thing I do know is that if I can do it, so can you. It's become an addiction of mine. Once you start playing with your sausage, there's no turning back. So you'll see that I'm going slow as I stuff this sausage, and that's for good reason. I'm a novice, remember. When I go faster, I tend to blow out the casing and it becomes an all-out disaster, but who cares? It's not a job, right? Have fun doing it. But on a serious note, these collagen casings are pretty easy to work with. In fact, they're not as fragile as you might think they are. You can squeeze them and you can twist them pretty firmly without them tearing or rupturing, which is something that I like. Plus, I noticed that the Johnsonville sausages that I used to buy were in collagen casings, so I figured why not give it a shot. So here's a tip that I learned over time making sausage, that when you're about done with your casing, back off on the crank and go in reverse, and it creates a suction to prevent more meat from coming out, so you can end your sausage where you'd want to end it. So what you see here while I'm linking this sausage is that I'm squeezing backwards, right? Like not towards the link side. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I don't want more meat into the link. I want some to go out. That way when I twist it, it has some place to go. That pressure doesn't build up and I don't rupture the casing. Here you'll see that I'm poking holes all through the collagen, and that's because it's going to get rid of some of those air pockets that are in there, but it's also going to help when you go to cook this. When people cook this, they tend to say that the casing ruptures, and that's true. That's because the meat tends to swell as it cooks and it has nowhere to go but out. But if you have an outlet by poking holes in this collagen, it tends not to tear so bad. So after this was all said and done, that 5 pounds of pork turned into 66 sausage links for me at a grand total cost of a little over $20. That's $10 for the pork and $10.59 for the collagen casings, and I still have a whole bunch left to make a bunch more sausage. And all in all, in terms of actual physical labor, it was only about 35 minutes worth of labor. Well, there you have it, folks. So simple and easy to do. Make your own sausage, whether linked or in a patty. These, I'm going to put a little bit of a freeze on them, firm them up a little bit before we vacuum pack them. And then this, I'm just going to throw in the refrigerator and we'll make for breakfast tomorrow. So that's going to do it for me, folks. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And until next time, folks, from my kitchen to yours, Big Sticks out.